Welcome back to another
episode of Normal Guys Talk Sports. Today is May 26th. It is approximately 4:45 p.m. A little late start, a little Orthodox day. It is May 26th, and this is episode 41. Welcome back. Shout out to Matt.
Shout out to Ed, man.
Yeah, man. Shout out to everyone that tunes in, supports, everyone at home, all of our Normal Guys Talk Sports community that we've developed over the some past few months.
How's everything?
No, we've been, like I said, it's been like 3 weeks. So Matt went out of town for big homie Bobby. Shout out Bobby. His birthday was recent. He went to Houston. It's a few of the homies went to Houston not that long ago. So Matt was out of town, and then I was out of town for Mother's Day. I went to Sacramento, and but here we are. You know what I'm saying? Catch up on the past 3 weeks. 3 weeks. A lot of
stuff actually has transpired, though.
The Allen situation. Shout out Kyler Murray. Shout out Allen. So God bless everyone. That was a little rough. The Allen situation. That was within the past 2 weeks ago.
Boy.
Yeah, that makes you
put the guns down, man.
Right. That hit me, man. That hit me, man. I've been by there before.
Yeah.
In life, you know what I'm saying? The Allen outlets.
Yeah.
I've been out there before. Hey, I've been there. You know what I mean?
That's like a family place.
Yeah, outlets. So shout out to we come from the DFW network or area. So we bring to you the latest news that comes here and it affects us. And prayers and thoughts to everybody in the area.
People
and everyone
just needed to just calm down.
And then Professor X, I don't want to get too political, but Professor X, he said, "Oh yeah, mental health." And
Professor X,
the governor of Texas.
Oh, that's not. I don't refer to him as that. But
the governor of Texas in the wheelchair.
I don't honestly. I think I'm so detached from politics. I feel you, bro. Like if the governor from Texas came in right here, I would know him from anybody.
That's just people I'm in close proximity with. Some people, don't want to get too deep, and I'm not trying to be too political on here. But and I like to look at things at all angles, so I'm not going to be biased one way or the other. I don't want to alienate one side or the other. We're all one big happy community, and but to be aware, to be aware of stuff, and just be aware of what's going on, so you can move accordingly.
You could say that again, Ed. You could say that again.
So man, shout out to Matt, man.
You could say that again. But yeah, man, it's been
so it's Friday, and then we may alter the schedule moving forward, but and we got some big shows coming up, man.
For sure.
We gotta get Mr. Howard on here, man. I tell you about
Mr.
that.
Yeah.
Come on,
shout
bro.
Out to Mr. Howard,
Mr. Josh Howard.
Shout out to Josh Howard. Man.
Former Dallas Mav, current college head coach. Ran to him. I'll just cross my heart. Hope to die. My name is Edward. I saw him at the UPS store.
Oh yeah.
So and he shout out to him. Man. I was saying shout out to Mr. Howard. So I sent him the episode. Been following him forever, years and years and years. Been following him on the ground forever. He knows big homie everything, XYZ. For years, whatever.
Right.
Been following him forever. I sent him when we did the Taylor episode. I pushed the heck out of that episode. Compared to other, I pushed the.
Shout out to Taylor.
Shout out to Taylor. Drake just had
her baby.
She had her baby Azul. Shout out to Taylor and family and company. Okay, and then so sent that. So I sent it to him. Right. Never sent him anything a day of my life. Never sent him anything. Never DM'd him a day of my life. Liked his pictures over the years. Sent him the Taylor episode. He liked it. He liked it. Whatever. Follows me back.
Dope.
Follows me back. So shout out. Shout out to Mr. Howard. So that happens, right? So that's like a couple weeks ago. Whatever. I'm at the UPS store, sending out Mr. Montana. Sent that out to
Montana.
Sent that out to big my father, up in Reno, Nevada. I said I was going to send it to him. So I'm at the UPS store sending that out to him, right? His birthday falls the day XYZ. And then I'm walking out, see a tall guy. I first noticed his hat. He had a black and white Mavericks hat. I was like, oh, that's hard. And then I was like, oh, that's Josh Howard. I was like, oh, Mr. Howard, XYZ, the studio, double R, He's like, oh, I was like, man, I know you. I was like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not to be like, I'm King over the third XYZ. I'm like, you know what I mean? Hey, I'm Edward, but I bring up Big Homie and the studio, of course. And he's like, yeah, I know, double R. Tell him I said what's up, Then I message him like I got whatever, like within an hour later. It's like, hey, I just saw you. You know what I'm saying? I just saw you UPS. Yeah, man. So we back and forth. But I say all that to say this. That is who I look to have on the show one day. I already manifested, already spoke to existence, and I feel we have the reach to make it happen. So shout out to Mr. Josh Howard, former Dallas Maverick. So
speaking of former or NBA players,
we're diving in.
A lot has transpired.
Like, we're going to go past the past 3 weeks for the games and fill everyone in. Accordingly to where we're at today. So many games. Bro, that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. We can do it. Speed round, we do it, and we're out of there. Okay, bet. And then we could catch everyone up to date on where we're at today, catching up the past 3 weeks. And then last were with you back at home around May 3rd. And May 3rd. So real quick to everybody. So May 3rd to today, we had the Celtics beat the Sixers. And that was game 2 of their series. That was next game we had the Warriors beat the Lakers, and they tied up the series there. Friday, May 5th, we had the Celtics beat the Sixers. They took the series 2-1. We had the Suns beat the Nuggets. They took Denver still leading 2-1. Saturday, May 6th, we had the Heat beat the Knicks 105-86. The Heat took the series 2-1. The next game we had the Lakers beat the Warriors 127-97. May 7th, we had the Sixers beat the Celtics and won. I don't vaguely remember this game, but the Sixers won by 1 point. They tied the series 2-2. Next game, we had the Suns win that game. They tied the series 2-2. Next day, May 8th, Monday, we had the Heat beat the Knicks, and they took the lead 3-1. And then we had the Lakers beat the Warriors 104-101, and the Lakers took the lead 3-1. Tuesday, the Sixers beat the Celtics. The Sixers led the series 3-2. The Nuggets beat the Suns, and they led the series 3-2. Wednesday, May 10th, we had the Knicks beat the Heat, and Miami's still leading 3-2. We had the Warriors beat the Lakers 121-106. The Lakers were leading 3-2. Thursday, May 11th, we had the Celtics beat the Sixers in a high defensive game, 95-86. So they tied the series 3-3. And then we had the Nuggets close out the Suns 125-100. So shout out to the Phoenix Suns on the great season. More on them later. Friday, May 12th, we had the Heat beat the Knicks 96-92. They won the series as the underdog. And the Lakers closed out the Warriors 122-101. So shout out to the Knicks and shout out to the Warriors for their exciting seasons. So that was summing up the second round. So Sunday, May 14th, we had the Celtics beat the 76ers 112-88. And Boston wins that series in 7 games, 4-3. Shout out to the 76ers on their great season, closing out at the 3rd seed, and Joel Embiid with the MVP season. They have James Harden as a pending free agent. More on that later. We have May 16th, Tuesday. We had the Nuggets beat the Lakers. Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals, 132-126. Wednesday, May 17th, we have the Heat beat the Celtics. And they leading the Eastern Conference Finals 1-0. And then Thursday, we had May 18th, we have the Nuggets beating the Lakers in the close game 108-103. May 19th, we have the Heat beating the Celtics, leading the series 2-0, 111-105. Saturday, May 20th, we have the Nuggets beating the Lakers 118 to the Lakers 108. Denver leading the Lakers 3-0. Sunday, May 21st, we have the Heat beating the Celtics, Miami leading the series 3-0. Then we had everyone talking about 2 potential sweeps. Then Monday, May 22nd, we have the Nuggets. We could touch on this game a little bit. We have the Nuggets defeating the Los Angeles Lakers in a best-of-7 series, 4-0. They got swept, respectfully, to the Lakers, to their great season, coming back from 2-10. Give them their due. They coming back from 2-10. Injuries to Anthony Davis. All the way to the Russell Westbrook debacle, which they finally ended up trading on, which saved their season. Style type, depending on but they got pieces that better fit, and they started going on a run. And then they fought their way to the play-in tournament, and they made it all the way to the Western Conference Finals. But they were outmatched. Better camaraderie. This team has been together for some years now. And this is the same team that the Lakers defeated 3 years ago in the bubble in the Western Conference Finals to go to the championship and win. And you had LeBron miss he was missing a lot of threes. One game he was missing all kind of threes. Yeah, he was missing all kind of threes. But the last game, he drove it, and he got blocked by Mr. Aaron Gordon, and to close out the game. And a lot of LeBron fans, believed him to go that he'd be capable of coming back from a 3-0. But then he went into his press conference and he hinted at retirement. I can translate that, but what is your take on that? I'll give you my take, but that is what he said. He said that a lot of emotion, of course.
4 championships.
Correct.
Scoring leader.
Correct. 20 years. Kobe played 20 years. Kobe played 20 years.
20 years.
Tim Duncan played 19. Wait, no. Yeah,
top. I mean, arguably top 3 players all time. Not without question. It's
for sure. So
if LeBron retired,
depending on who you ask, but for sure he's one of the all-time greats for sure.
Top 3. I'll say you could put them in any order you feel like.
Top 3,
or maybe top
5
for sure.
Top 3, top 5 for sure.
Top 5 for sure.
No disrespect, but it's eras, and there's a lot of. I have my. It's hard to.
Granted,
that's a whole nother conversation.
It's I don't. Granted, there's a lot of great young players. My only I guess thing I'm thinking about is who is LeBron of the league currently. Without LeBron.
Without LeBron, I mean, you got the past 2 MVPs, if that counts, Joker and then Embiid.
Yeah.
That's.
But are they about to put up 20 years?
20 years? Who's going to put up 20 years? Durant, I hope.
Maybe KD. But, I mean, I wouldn't be mad at him, though. It's not much else. I mean, obviously, he could win more championships, but that's only...
Okay, I'm going to say, this is based on my opinion and based on what I've seen some analysts say on TV, that it's, he hinted at retirement and kind of innuendos. He pulled off his... the player hat, put on his GM hat.
his GM hat.
And he hit out retirement. To take away from the narrative, they got swept. Period.
Yeah, they got swept.
Period. But the Nuggets were the top seed.
Granted, all the games were
close. Nuggets were the top the top seed in the Western Conference all year long. Right. So hats off to them, et cetera, et cetera.
And it's their first finals.
And it's their first, exactly. That's historic. So hats off to them for that. So they did that, and then to put a fire underneath the front office of the Lakers of either make the team better or I'm gonna force my way out. And he has 2 years left on his contract. Technically one, because he has a player option on the second year, so he could be an unrestricted free agent after next season, which is when Bronny comes out of college.
Right.
So ultimately, he's gonna be a unrestricted free agent. What's up? You want to say what's up? You say say what's up to the fans. Yeah, come on, shit.
You're welcome.
Yeah, come on. Shout out the show, everything, of course. And then we're talking basketball, of course.
Oh, there's a lot of people in here.
Oh, how many people are here?
Chromatic says.
Shout out to Chrome. We're talking about the Lakers.
LeBron still the GOAT. He's statistically the greatest.
Shout out to JJ. Hold on.
Time.
What's up, y'all? What's up? Shout out to Shit IDK Podcast. It's another.
That's our podcast here in the studio.
Yeah. What's up? Check us out.
Shout out to JJ.
There you go. Shout out to JJ. So, doing their thing at the IDK podcast. That is one of my major inspirations to start this in the first place, no doubt. So,
Chromatic says every era is different rules, playing tournament, and all that. But LeBron is statistically the greatest player of all time, and he says, "Hey Jay."
No, he again top scoring leader, of course. 4 rings, and he's not done. He's pulling his leverage. There's a few teams he could go to, and they could really make it happen. You know what I'm saying? Based on the rumors, there's already a couple teams they already got the Vegas odds of where he could go. They said
where would he go?
No particular order. They said there was reported the Spurs trying to get him to play with the number 1 pick with Pop. They're talking. If that were to pull that off,
LeBron in San Antonio.
So the Spurs, they said the Knicks,
I don't know if I can
Knicks,
even imagine
Cleveland, and Golden State, and then obviously stay with the Lakers. But again, a lot can happen. He's hijacking the offseason for sure. He can be like, hey, trade everybody, including Davis and especially D'Angelo Russell. And side note, Kyrie Irving was at the game. At the game 4 closeout in LA.
I know Chromatic would let it hit.
And then Jalen Rose said, how'd he get the tickets?
Bring him to Triple D.
Why is he at the game? He's an unrestricted free agent. Dallas would love him to see.
Bring LeBron to Dallas. That would be lit.
Sheesh. You gotta give up. You gotta give up
something.
Right. So and then and the Kings would take like half the roster. Side note, but like there's again LeBron comes.
You would want LeBron on the Kings?
As long as we didn't have to give up Fox and Sabonis.
You would want him on the Kings
if it got us to the next level. If it's everyone's on the table, if you could get him, that's my point. If he becomes available, 29 teams is calling.
Chromatic says, I hope Kyrie stays in Dallas, honestly.
Me too. You know what I'm saying? Dallas gave up a lot to give him. You know what I'm saying? It's a good look for the city. It's excitement. It's another star.
And LeBron come to Dallas.
You'd have to give up all the picks or Luka or something. You know what I'm saying? No, that ain't it. No, he ain't coming to Dallas. He ain't coming to Dallas. But
he's not coming to Dallas. That'd be dope though.
I think if he could, like I said, if he made his way to Cleveland, New York, and he could move all the pieces and this and that, he has more say and more leverage versus Los Angeles.
Realistically,
on the Lakers,
New York does sound like
they could trade Julius Randle. He already got Jalen Brunson playing out of his mind. They could probably trade him for Julius Randle. Julius Randle's on his way out. The contracts help match. You got to give up a lot to get LeBron.
Shout out to Kay Wilson. She said, I do too. But yeah, I actually kind of like LeBron in New York.
and he always talked about it. I feel that's always you remember NBA 2K14 where you could be LeBron and all that, in the LeBron story mode, and you could either stay on the Heat or leave the Heat, and he goes to New York. So it was a fun little RPG element to the basketball.
Look at 2K
game.
coming out with RPGs for LeBron James.
That's the first time they did it.
Shit, they should come out with a. I know if Chromatic's listening, he'd like to hear this. They came out with a whole RPG game based on LeBron.
That shit was great. That shit was great. Excuse me. That was great. The NBA 2K14 with LeBron on the cover, and you could play the Lebron mode.
But I'm saying
that's close to like doing the Jordan stuff too. But
I'm saying they should do one for Jordan too.
Because it was actually storyline to it of what ifs on his career.
But what I'm saying is, if they came out with a game that was like LeBron's entire like basketball career start to finish,
I think they go 2K24. It's going to be Kobe, for sure. Like the Jordan challenge.
Chromatic says, "I remember that."
Right.
So if he goes to New York to contend for a chip or
He did it. He did what he had to do in L.A. Like, he doesn't owe L.A. anything. He won them a championship.
Yeah.
From the outside, from you want to look at from a LeBron, being a LeBron fan, a Laker fan, an NBA fan, whatever. He came in. I'm gonna win at least one. He did that. And
championships
if you watch
on
both
three
of his
different
movies,
teams.
we kind of fan of LeBron right now. You watch both of his movies, Space Jam, and House Party. Does he not hint at certain things, especially House? Did you watch House Party?
Yeah.
Did you see the recording when they came in and he's all talking to the LeBron videos in the closet?
Yeah.
Did you hear at the end of the movie? It was either during the movie or end of the movie, one, two. And it stuck out to me like crazy. He said, how many championships can he win with different franchises?
3 so far.
That's what he said. That's what he said in the movie. And in Space Jam, they said something about going to the Knicks or something like that. Because, okay, you know, Big Homie told me less than a long time ago. I'm related to LeBron. Drake did a Spanish song, right? Why would Drake do a Spanish song? To get bigger. Yep. Why would LeBron go to New York to get bigger?
Yep.
What's bigger than winning a championship on the Lakers?
Nah.
What's bigger winning one in New York?
I was about to say that'd be more impressive.
I'd be winning one in New York. So like I'm not saying it's a lock to happen, but he into the rest of his career, he's gonna flex his leverage on who's gonna pay him and this and that. So wherever he does end up, he's gonna. That's what he wants. Of course, he has that leverage. He has a lot of power. Shit. His influence again. That Russell Westbrook trade was him. Them getting Anthony Davis was him. You know what I'm saying? More than Pelinka.
I'm more
him.
so.
That
but
was him. If you know basketball, you know the Lakers, you know LeBron. That was him. Getting Westbrook, that was so not what they should have done. They would have been better off not making that trade.
I mean, I think
keeping the team
at the point of adding Russell Westbrook, they just overdid it at that point.
They overdid it. There you go. They gave up Caldwell Pope, which is now the starter on the Nuggets that beat them. And then I'm gonna close this off with the Lakers. And then Kuzma, which started, he really broke out going to the Wizards, and they got Westbrook back, of course. And then what they didn't have from the bubble. In that season, they had DeMarcus Cousins, but he got hurt right before the season started, so he got a ring, technically. And then they had Dwight Howard, and Dwight Howard was guarding Joker 3 years ago. He's in Taiwan now. Dwight Howard is available. And they didn't they brought him back. I mean, he should be on the roster right now, that's my point. How'd you beat him last time? You have Anthony Davis guarding Joker. So that's... But anyway, shout out to the Lakers. Shout out to LeBron. We're going to be talking about them all offseason.
I was about to say, Ronnie was talking about he says that he's thinking about retiring.
He's saying that so they either make a major move, or if he does end up somewhere else, it's the brand, it's marketing. LeBron's like demands a trade. He's too big in the face. That's not a good look for him to actually say that. Even though he could, ultimately, he's going to end up doing whatever he want to do. And everybody know it. But he's not going to publicly say that. So if he says I'm going to retire XYZ, and this team, that team convinced me to come out of retirement. If it comes to that point, because he's fed up with he's fed up. He's not in the finals right now. How many more years does he have? He wants to win championships. He won one of the Lakers this year. Those all them DeAndre, they should have got Kyrie, but the Nets blocked that. They should have got Kyrie. I feel that's still possible, but it's either I feel it's a 50-50. Dallas or LA end up getting Kyrie. That's I feel from right now. It's a 50-50 chance. But if the Lakers don't make a major move, I feel he could make his way out. And then be on another team, he could move around the pieces more and build a contending team. So shout out to the Lakers, shout out to LeBron. We'll see how that plays out. So that was some next page or next day here. So that was that. We have the Celtics beating the Heat 116-99. The Heat lead the series 3-2-1. And then last night was May 25th. The Celtics won the game 110-97. So the series is currently 3-2 as of today. Who do you think's got the edge here? Heat of the Celtics. So it's game 6 is going back to Miami.
I think
Miami was up 3-0.
I think this is going to game 7.
I think it's going to game 7. Right. And then yeah, exactly. If Miami does it, Miami's down Tyler Hero. Miami's down Victor Oladipo. Shout out Victor Oladipo for sure. So they're down them two. So that, and playoff Jimmy, sometimes they have 50 points. And last night he had like 15.
Whew.
Right. So and that was so they were up 3-0.
14.
Right. They were up 3-0. Celtics won game 4, and they were talking before the game like, don't let us win. So they won game 4 in Miami, game 5 in Boston. They won. The spread was 8.5, and they won it like convincingly. And then game 6 is 110-97. And then game 6 this Saturday.
So game is tomorrow?
Saturday,
this has to go to game 7.
The scriptwriters probably have it that way.
The scriptwriters.
The scriptwriters. May 27th, yes. May 27th is game 6. And potential game 7 would be on Monday, May 29th. So...
Sheesh.
So, either the Heat or the Celtics. The Celtics are one of the top 2 favorites, so the Celtics pulled off.
But by the time
they'd be the first team to come back from 3-0 upset, or if the Heat do it, they'd be the last AFC to go to the finals since the 1999 New York Knicks.
Who are you picking?
Who am I picking? Celtics. Celtics take it to 7. Celtics take it to 7. That's what the people want. I feel it's already manifested. If the Heat were at full strength, again, the Celtics are I feel are proven why they went to the finals last year. The only mishap from last year to this year is their coach, but they finished the top 2 seed. But if the Heat pull it off, it'd be one of the greatest underdogs, one of the greatest stories ever. That'd be one of the greatest stories. Love or hate Jimmy Butler, that'd be one of the greatest stories ever. The Miami Heat go in the finals. And then if it was the Heat and the Nuggets in the finals, it would prove that the NBA isn't fixed. Because everyone would have wanted the Lakers and the Celtics. That would have had the world watching the NBA finals.
Correct.
The Celtics still bring that flair because it's the Celtics. Top 2 franchises as far as championships. And then the Heat, top 5 franchise. Top 5 franchise, no particular order, based on championships. The Bulls, the Celtics, the Spurs, the Lakers, the Celtics, the Heat, the Warriors. So I don't know off the top of my head, but those are a lot of the top franchises with the most championships. But for sure, top 2 is Lakers, Celtics.
I'd actually prefer to see Heat and Nuggets.
So you picking the Heat? We better do that. We do that. You got the Heat win the series?
I got the Celtics winning the series.
Okay, then you got the Celtics
I prefer
you got the Celtics
but
I
prefer to see Jimmy Butler have another chance.
It brings Jimmy Butler's cut from the old school. You know, he's played with the Bulls and Derrick Rose, and you know, and there was games when they was down a lot of players, down Derrick Rose, and Jimmy Butler used to play 48-minute games in the playoffs with Luol Deng, Carlos Boozer, Joakim Noah. You know, those were some pretty solid teams. But and then Derrick Rose won MVP, but he tore his ACL. Things was never the same.
But I would like to see Jimmy Butler get a chance at it.
Nah, that would be a great story. So next week we will update you. It will be the start of the finals. But wait. So when will the finals start? June 2nd, 3rd, something like that. But for sure, this series will conclude and the finals start. The finals are about to start because they're going to give it about like a week of rest. So by the time next episode comes in, we will know the winner of the Eastern Conference, and we will bring you our finals predictions. So those is the last 3 teams in it to go all the way. So exciting NBA season 2022-2023 thus far. It is almost over. It's going to be bittersweet.
Shit's over. Same here. So if
dream season, shout out to the Kings, dream season. It was a dream season. We got a lot to build on. Draft will be exciting. Trades are coming.
Draft is soon, isn't it?
The draft is within a month.
Yeah.
So live, maybe we'll do the draft live. We'll figure it out. So time check, sir.
We are at 35 minutes.
35 minutes. So that wraps up any off the court basketball for moving on from basketball or anything else. Coaches getting fired. There's a few coaches got fired.
Who got fired?
Doc Rivers got fired from the Sixers.
Oh yeah, he sure did.
Mike Boltzhauser, however you say his name respectfully, from the Bucks, he got fired. He won a championship there. Nick Nurse from the Raptors, he won a championship with the Raptors. He got fired. So these are former coaches of the year as well. Who else? But we got and then the Suns, Monty Williams. So there's going to be a musical chairs, you know, different coaches, whatever. We'll see who lands where, but a lot of good coaches available. Championship coaches available. Some. Again, this is another Game 7 loss for Doc Rivers, by the way. He has like 4 or 5.
Sheesh.
Doc Rivers.
He still got a chip though.
He still got a chip, but that was respectfully that
was a long time ago.
That was 15 years ago. You know what I'm saying? That was 15 years ago. Nick Nurse's championship with the Raptors. That was 2019, 4 years ago. The Bucks championship. That was 2021. So that's 2 years ago. So a lot of experience, nonetheless. The Suns are going to get a big name for sure. The Sixers are going to get a big name. Oh, D'Antoni's available.
The coaching carousel.
I'd love to see D'Antoni back in the league. If the Sixers want to, I'd like James Harden to stay on the Sixers for his sake. There's a lot of whispers.
Played well in the playoffs.
There's a lot of whispers of him coming back to Houston. That'd be the young core is already against it, but to him it's about money, not basketball.
Let him stay in.
He needs to
Philly.
stay in Philadelphia, right? Houston is he'll be mediocre. Respectfully, they'll be mediocre at best, while he still has good years left.
And James, you know what I'm saying? I know you.
James Jones.
I know he gets very antsy, but bro, just like
James Harden,
chill for a second.
Right. So yeah, that's a big name.
Be ready to leave.
That's a big name that's out there. That he's going to opt into free agency. I see Trae Young being on the block. A lot of basketball, man. So, man, shout out to again, shout out to the whole NBA, but I think we're wrapping that up until next week.
Yep.
Next episode. So let's talk about some football and the latest and greatest there. Do you see? So see what happened today? Shout out to the Cardinals.
DeAndre Hopkins was released.
Hopkins got released. So what does that mean to everyone at home?
What does that mean to me?
What does that mean? Well, what does that mean to the Cardinals, and what does that mean for the league?
What that means for
what does it mean for teams like the Ravens?
Means nothing for the Ravens. Means something for teams like the Chiefs, Bills, probably not Bengals, of course, but Chiefs, Bills.
Why not the Ravens?
Man, maybe the Ravens, just for the simple fact of Lamar has the idea of him being on the team. But when I look at it,
is the rookie going to be a number one off top, or do you start him at 3?
He's going to start
at 1.
Not at 1, but probably at 2.
So Odell Beckham is 1.
If we give him $18 million, he is 1.
Regardless, even if he just stands out there.
For the most part, that might be what he's doing. Yes.
So he's lined up on the right side.
If you give, on what team does a receiver get $18 million and he's not 1?
His resume, his name, that's a big part of it.
But to a certain extent, all of our our top 3 receivers are supposed to be 1s.
I think you don't throw the rookie to the wolves like that. If you're able hypothetically, you get DeAndre Hopkins, I think it's a good chance.
I don't think that's throwing him to the wolves. Because even if the rookie's at 3, you know what I'm saying? I feel like that's,
you put the rookie at 3. That's my point.
Yeah,
put the rookie at 3.
We've literally been drafting wide receivers in the first round over the past few years.
Like you said, but you said yourself has been working out. This guy has a lot of hype, and then Odell Beckham takes pressure off the future, the franchise, off the rookie for sure.
If we were to get DeAndre Hopkins, I'd be thrilled. But me as a Ravens fan, I'm not like, oh my God, we got to go get him. You know, I can as a team.
You think the Jets are in the conversation?
Yes.
The Jets, right? The Jets.
Yes.
Yes, right.
Absolutely.
Yes, right.
Actually, that best fit. That would probably be the best fit.
Most realistic.
Yeah.
Scenario.
Yeah. Aaron Rodgers just kind of just throwing the ball in there and him jumping up to get it. But I think in the case of DeAndre Hopkins, is more so a case of where he wants to play. I think he wants to, have good work environment,
Right.
I think at this point
he needs a top.
I'm pretty sure he's made. He needs a top.
Respect. He should be playing with a top 10 quarterback.
So I don't know if you saw the interview.
He wasn't going to play with backup Cardinals quarterback.
He did an interview the other day, and he was talking about the things he wanted in his new team.
Oh shit! I didn't know.
Yeah, he did literally. He's like,
I know he's already doing interviews.
Yeah,
DeAndre Hopkins already doing interviews out there. Right.
He did an interview about what he would like in his new team and everything he was talking about.
To win the Chiefs.
Yeah, essentially it was more of like a to win and to have to be in a good environment, not amongst, it's kind of weird. We look at the NFL as like this such high place of high prestige, but they're just like any other work environment. You probably have people that's in there that's toxic, people in there picking sides, people in there. You know what I'm saying? It's like any other work environment. A lot of
testosterone in the building. It's a lot of.
It's a lot of testosterone, but you figure the NFL is probably being on the NFL team is probably like any other workplace you could be at.
Right. It's a company. It's an organization.
It's a company. It's an organization. You got people who slack in, people who work in extra, people putting in overtime. You got people who have a disdain for the people that's in charge. Yeah. So you get where I'm going? Yeah. So, I can't, obviously they're making a lot of money, but, work environment is very important to success. And I guess to a certain extent, once you get to a point where you've made all of that money, I know at some point he probably wants to win a championship and he's good, Right. But I would love to have DeAndre Hopkins on the Ravens for sure. But do I think that the Ravens would pull a trigger? No. Not at this point.
I think Chiefs is. But Chiefs spend a lot of money, aren't they?
Chiefs ain't spent a dime.
Chiefs is they're paying their quarterback a lot of money.
No, they not.
They're not.
They are, but they're not.
They have money to spend.
Patrick Mahomes is the 7th highest paid quarterback.
Okay.
On a year-to-year basis. But his deal is like 10 years. As opposed to where Lamar's is like 5.
Lamar gets paid.
Jalen Hurts is like 5.
Deshaun Watson.
Deshaun Watson's like 4.
Deshaun Watson.
But his deal is like a Tom Brady. Like he has like a deal that's like spread out over a long period of time. And he's not getting paid the most. It's just a big number that's the end goal, but it's spread out over a very long time. So the Chiefs could absolutely pick up DeAndre Hopkins. Honestly, for Patrick Mahomes, it don't matter who he's throwing it to, though, at this point. But the good thing is nobody has to trade for him now.
Right. So he could go.
So he could potentially go to any team.
He go to any team. Exactly. He go where he wants. Exactly. Yeah. Versus, he gets traded somewhere and it's just like maybe he doesn't like it or whatever, or just not.
Now, and one thing this will make you happy. One thing he said that the team doesn't have a great quarterback for him to go there. That would be. He wants to win, but
that'd be. We could figure it out. We got a lot of top pieces. You look at the complete I saw a list. They said complete roster. They had us like top 3, like still. Like, so I don't know what list it was. They had what was on there?
Y'all just missing the quarterback. I seen another video, and this is touching on your team now, where they're saying that your boy has been delivered.
Mr. Trey Lance.
Trey Lance,
yeah. Mr. Trey Lance has been working out with Patrick Mahomes. Side note,
yeah.
So
they look like twins, bro.
Low key, high key. So, and again, that's what when I saw Trey Lance college clips, like right when he got drafted and all that, and again, originally, if I remember right, we were going to draft Mac Jones. That was like the talk of it. Then at the last minute, they were talking about Justin Fields. Then it became Trey Lance. So Trey Lance was like the third name. You know what I'm saying? Usually they were talking about Mac. So ultimately we got Trey Lance, XYZ. Started, got hurt. Jimmy G one last time. Shout out to Jimmy G. He's now on the Raiders. But, he's been working out, and I feel he has every opportunity. Again, he got hurt week 1, 2, 3 last year. It's time to play. And especially if Brock Purdy isn't ready, it's time. And you were QB1 start of last season. You know what I'm saying? But are we as successful with or without him? We don't know. But again, a lot of, like I said, I do believe if you draft a quarterback high, draft a quarterback in the first round.
Got to see it through, my boy.
That too. But of course, and then, but him sitting on the bench is not a bad thing. He's not getting hit. He's learning the game. He's strength, condition, knowledge. Yes.
Wait, you talking about
drafting quarterback, period.
But in context, you're talking about Trey Lance.
Correct.
There's no way y'all can sit him down for any longer.
No, of course. No, the time is now, of course. Okay. No. But what I'm saying is last year wasn't the end of the world. He got hurt, okay.
Right.
But he's you know what I'm saying? Like he spent more time studying the playbook. This and this. He saw it from that dynamic. Like, loose example, when Blake Griffin got hurt his rookie year and he was there, this and that, whatever. Loose example. So same, but going back to football, of course. But again, he's here, he's ready. Brock Purdy, that was wonderful, and he's still on the roster. And both those guys, are rookie deals, which is great. But it's his team. You didn't get drafted third, and we traded up to get you and all that. We're seeing that through. We should not trade him. We should not trade him and play him, and and he's going to do something. He's going to do something. He's still this. It ain't over. You know what I'm saying? It ain't over. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we have Sam Darnold is the safe safety net, and he has the chemistry with Christian McCaffrey, and it's durability, and it's getting all these guys in the playoffs healthy. because that's what we struggled with.
I mean, they say he looks really good in his workouts.
Quarterback health. So
they say he looking like that. He could possibly be that guy.
So he has every opportunity and resource to have a successful year. Again, what did they say the weakness is on the 49ers? The quarterback, him. So everything else is complete. You have nothing else to blame. You know what I'm saying? Again, I said it since last year. You have Pro Bowl caliber players at every position, but quarterback. So is it everyone else or is it you? So if he stinks up the joint next year, it's him. And and don't rush Brock Purdy back based on his injury. Trey Lance has been sent out a year. Play him, see how it goes, and you know what I'm saying. And again, it's unfortunate he got hurt last season and how that played out, but he's got to come back ready to go. Ready to go. So shout out to Trey Lance. I believe he's going to be QB1 on week 1. That is my prediction. You don't bring Sam Darnold's the durable safety net backup. You know what I'm saying? They're not bringing Sam Darnold to win the Super Bowl. At least I don't think so. They came Sam Darnold just in case if our top 2 young guys is not available, which has been an issue. Which has been an issue, obviously. Again, we went through 4 quarterbacks last year. That was wild. If we had any one of our top 3 quarterbacks available, I feel we had every opportunity to win that game. So even Deebo Samuel said that.
My next question.
Yes, sir.
How you feel Aaron Rodgers does this year?
Aaron Rodgers, they win at least 8 games. I feel they win at least. Before they talk about winning a Super Bowl. I hope they got maybe like a move more to do. So we're talking the Patriots, right? So they're probably Patriot. So they're potentially better than the Patriots, right? Aaron Rodgers still better. The Jets have a better roster than the Patriots. You have the Dolphins, made the playoffs last year. You got the Bills that made the playoffs last year. The Jets, until further notice, they are the 3rd best team in their division, the AFC East. So until they get another move and then go on a little streak, and shout out to Aaron Rodgers. They say he kind of tweaked his calf today, matter of fact, but Aaron Rodgers in OTAs or whatever. Yeah. So they are working out. They are getting ready for the season.
Who wins MVP next year?
Wins MVP? So Lamar might. 1,000% is going to be a quarterback, right?
You never know.
But
more than likely, it's
more than likely, right? So okay, so Lamar, Josh Allen, it's Patrick Mahomes, it's probably, and then Burrow. I don't think he's there.
Comeback player of the year.
Would Lamar count?
I guess he could count.
Would Lamar count? Who else? Who else has been hurt? Who's been hurt? Shout out Michael Thomas. He's been hurt a lot.
Michael Thomas.
He was solid 2-3 years ago. He's hurt a lot of games though. I'm trying to think of players that have been hurt.
Not necessarily hurt,
but comeback
means you had a down year, and you came back to form.
Throw some names out.
So Geno Smith has won it before, or
he just won it.
Yes, he wasn't necessarily out or hurt.
No, but he was again riding the bench some years, forgot about, came back and had a decent, exciting season for the Seattle Seahawks.
It's like I want to make a prediction for comeback player of the year, but then I'm like, should I make this prediction?
So
you know who I'm predicting?
If Kyler Murray, shout out Kyler Murray, you know what I'm saying?
That's not who I'm predicting. I'm predicting the comeback player of the year will be
Jared Goff.
Russell Wilson.
There you go. There you go. You was on that Russell Wilson trade last year. Got derailed.
They got a new coach, Sean Payton in there.
They do got Sean Payton. Mm.
Sean Payton finna be
and
no
they said
games.
he lost some weight. No homo or pause.
Russell.
Shout out to it is what it is. Man.
Russell Wilson been on the ab roller.
No, they show pictures of it. They said so maybe he has a resurgence. Like I said last year, the AFC West. I got the standings right in front of me. You had the Chiefs 14-3, won the Super Bowl. Chargers 10-7. They got Justin Herbert. He's one of my favorites in the league. The Raiders 6-11 with Jimmy G. Taking over. They're a potential 500 club until further notice. You know what I'm saying? They're 6-11. They still got some ways to go. Respectfully, the Raiders. Again, them 2 first-round draft picks, that still tears me up. The past 5 years, they've lost 2 first-round draft picks. Cut them, bro. A receiver and a quarterback. Well, the receiver is and he
Ruggs.
Yeah, right. So that was the situation.
And they say he's gonna be incarcerated.
And so that's that.
Yeah.
God bless him. And then the cornerback pulled the John Morant before John Morant. It was a young cornerback. He was pulling out guns.
Yeah, except he's not the face of the NFL.
Right. So they really got him out of there, right? Yeah.
We didn't even talk about Mr. Morant. Whew.
Mr. Morant, we sure didn't. We could. Yeah,
Or is there anything else left to say?
That was the off-court stuff. If we could full circle. We could kind of bring that up when we get done with football. John Morant, I guess.
There's another big story in the NFL. I gotta touch on it real quick.
Okay.
So we got to send a rest in peace to Mr. Jim Brown.
Yes, Jim Brown, the greats.
He's
greats.
Considered one of the greatest.
He was in Any Given Sunday.
He was
in Any Given Sunday. Rights activist, long time. Cleveland Brown. Arguably top running back of all time, one of the top players of all time, depending on your knowledge and your era, but
you could say he's one of the GOATs.
Top 5, top 10, for sure. He did did a lot of things. So shout out Jim. We're making it to I think it was
87.
God bless him. 87. That's what's up. And then long life, good life. And then side note, I just seen this. Did you know Megan Good was his granddaughter?
What?
Google that, bro. Google that. I saw that because she was like wrote him a whole thing, and then she was at one of his last birthday parties, all that. Yeah, not just oh you my brother, my daddy, my granddad. No, that was her.
Oh, that was showing up as her grandfather.
Right, come on. And then she wrote a whole thing like your granddaughter. I was like, what? I didn't know that, but
Dang, Megan Good still look good.
41, dating. What's his name? Side note, he been in a lot of trouble lately. But dating, what's his name? Because she just got divorced to Mr.
Devon Franklin.
I've been in his church in L.A. I've been in his church. I have when I was there, 2014, 2015. I've been in his church. Right. I don't remember if Megan was there. I think she was. I don't remember, but he was for sure. He was there. So they was married. They recently got divorced. God bless them both. And then she's recently dating homie from Creed. The homie.
Jonathan Majors.
He's getting a lot of. I think he's getting canceled, but I don't know if he's the worst guy ever. I think there's an attack on him. I don't know, but instant to proven guilty. I don't know him. I don't know the situation, but a lot of Me Tours, a lot of cancel. I don't know. I don't know if it's real or not. But if you got Megan Good over here dating him and supporting him publicly,
innocent until proven guilty.
There you go.
You got a comment here. What's good, Eddie? Long time.
Derek Coleman. Hey, how you doing? No, it is 530, Mr. Derek Coleman. No, that's my. We know got a lot of mutual friends, Mr. Derek Coleman. I know exactly. Yeah, he's Mr. Derek Coleman. We lived around each other, and he got married to the homegirl Autumn. So shout out to Autumn and Derek, out of the 530.
But yeah, okay.
So Mr. John Morant. Mr. John Morant was posting on. Are we done with football? But we got the Bills, the Dolphins, the Patriots, the Jets, the Bengals, the Ravens, the Steelers, the Browns, the Jaguars, Titans, the Colts, the Texans, the Chiefs, the Chargers, the Raiders, the Broncos, the Eagles, the Cowboys. I don't know if anything rings a bell as far as any last news before we finally move on. The Giants. Oh, the Washington Commanders filed for trademark. Didn't work out. May have to change their name. Again. So start out the Redskins. They're the Redskins.
How you gonna name the team before you get the trademark?
One championship. A lot of
I ain't gonna lie though.
Lot of negative.
I really don't like the name Commanders.
Right, I don't think it never fit. Redskins deemed offensive by some of the native communities, and if that's what they feel. Respect to them. Respect to them, and that's what the Chiefs isn't offensive. The Redskins is offensive. You know what I mean? Like, and then the Cleveland Indians. Side note: the baseball team, they changed their names to the Guardians. Side note. So they changed it. So to the Indians and the Redskins, and they remember that it was in court and all that. They was fighting that for years, and you thought it was never going to happen, and it happened. So then they went to the football team, which was hard. Washington football team, they kept the colors since 1940, whatever. That was hard. They kept it like that. Commanders, I think Generals would have been tough. Washington Generals. Washington, I don't know. You from the East Coast? You from this is more your neighborhood than mine.
Man, it's
Redskins is historic. I think football team is hard. Commanders was not it, and they voted like 5-10 names.
It's certain names.
Shout out Washington D.C.
It's certain names for a team that have a ring to them, and then there's certain teams that could be like in a secondary league. Commanders and Generals are like secondary.
But
teams.
Washington Generals got a ring to it. Because it's Washington, D.C., and all that. So Washington, D.C. what? D.C. what?
If you going to call them the Commanders, you might as well call them D.C. Defenders or D.C.
I feel it. Commanders, I never like Commanders. I still don't like it. And they're about to potentially lose that name. They need to go back to football team and just leave it. I would leave it, bro.
I would go with football team over it. But at the same, I don't know.
Bro, versus going to another team that everyone don't like neither. Another name, a new name. Redskins is gone. You're not going back to the Redskins. Some people may ask for it. That ain't going to happen.
I ain't going to lie, bro. Out of all of the names, though, and I respect the Indian community, the Native community.
Come on.
But that is definitely the best name out of all of them.
Redskins.
Yes.
It's historic. It's historic. It's what you remember. It's the symbol on the side, all that. One year they changed it to just the feather, but then they changed it back because it was similar to a college team. And then they went back to the logo.
But
with the
every
face.
NFL team has like a really good name, except for DC's team.
Side note, I preached about the San Francisco 49ers is about the gold rush, and that was the 1840s, and it's the area and the history and all that, and people coming out west and all that it is the gold. It's the name, everything, the color, it all ties in.
Correct. Every team, except for the one in DC, has like a great name. Tennessee Titans.
So shout out to
Indianapolis Colts. Like Baltimore Colts. New England Patriots. Like Jets, Jets. You know what I'm saying?
It's rebranding. It's just like, side note basketball. The Bobcats regained the name the Hornets. They rebranded and this and that, did the colors, this and that. When the Sonics moved to Oklahoma, they were along with the Thunder. They weren't going to be the Oklahoma Sonics because there was some they fought to keep their team, but at least they didn't take the colors and the name with them.
So I don't know if they need to find a new animal to name it after or
Animal is pretty clutch. Animal's clutch. There's at least 10 names.
You just got to find a good animal that hasn't already been
Falcon,
used. Hasn't been already
Cardinal,
been used.
Raven,
Dolphin,
Bear, Bengal.
All of the good names have been
Lion.
taken. The Jaguars.
Ram.
Yeah, I think.
Seahawk. Panther.
Bill. The Bills. Seahawks. I'm like, have all the good names been taken?
Jaguar. Did we say that? Yeah, that's about it. But
Have all the good?
Solid. These are strong names.
Are all the good animal names gone?
Right. You know, wasn't so strong.
What?
Basketball. There's a little. You know why they got Pelicans?
Why? Pelicans kind of grew on me though.
It did grow on you. It did grow on you. In the beginning, it did.
From the beginning, I was kind of like, eh.
But it's the state bird, and that ultimately you got to give up to that. And the owner is New Orleans, Louisiana forever, and he's fought to keep them teams there and all this and all that. He owns the Pelicans and the Saints.
I don't know. Maybe they need to, the Lions are obviously. I don't know. You need to find another
football team, because it's not going Redskins and they lose Commanders. Football team, you did it before. It worked then. You keep the colors, all that. Versus going through an whole nother name, a whole nother rebrand. Do not change the colors. The burgundy and gold. It's what they won the Super Bowl with. Okay, 30 years, 50 years later, whatever it is, the natives, won their what have you, won their fight, and they done changed the name. And then they didn't want to change it drastically, so they changed it to football team.
It'd be the D.C. Republicans in second.
Yikes. Yikes, I know.
D.C. Democrats.
Did they get they have a new owner, right?
D.C. Republic. There you go.
Right. Did they
Dan Snyder is playing the Southern team.
Right. So that's so maybe it's up to the new owner. Maybe they take a vote. They need to poll the ESPN and the fan base and all that.
That's You need to ask
everyone. Hey, what do y'all? Some people will say Redskins, but that
when
can't happen.
When the Ravens were being created, the fans actually chose the name.
Wow. Do you remember? It's 96, a long time ago.
I can't remember the other two names.
But it came out to three names,
it was three names, and
the people pick Ravens.
Let's see if the internet will tell me. But the Ravens.
Time check, sir.
105.
105. So we'll close off football, but kind of move on football. This is probably the last little thing we touch on. We touched a lot of football. So we'll see what other Ravens names there were potentially, because they weren't expansion team, right? No, they weren't expansion. They came from Cleveland. They weren't going to be the Browns.
They weren't going to be the Browns,
right?
The city of Cleveland
was not going to have that. Was not going to do that.
Yeah.
Well, you're not going to take our team and our name.
The Bulldogs was one of the other names.
Nice. It kind of sounds college-ish. Bulldogs?
Yeah, Bulldogs. Really? And no. Okay. Here are the names.
Okay.
Americans.
No, bro.
That was the first name.
Americans, bro. You can't even talk about the Americans.
The Baltimore Americans. Stop it. Stop.
Stop that. Yeah. DC.
Second name.
DC, I get it. Americans. Hey.
Second name, the Marauders.
I don't even know what that means. Marauders, is that an animal?
I think Marauders are like.
That sounds like an anteater or something like that.
No, it's like a term for like a person who's like a maverick or something.
So it's a person.
Yes.
Kind of like a maverick.
Third name, Bulldogs. Fourth name, Mustangs. And the fifth name.
That's too similar to Broncos, man.
Was Railers. And obviously, Ravens was the one who won out of that poll.
Oh, my God.
The Railers. The Baltimore Railers. What? I can't.
And what was the one before? What'd you say? The one before Railers? No, Mustangs?
Mustangs.
I remember, not the high school I went to, but it was a high school I went to summer school at when I was in junior high. And then they was Mustangs, Bella Vista.
Good choice, Baltimore.
And then they was Mustangs, but they had the Denver Bronco logo in like a different color. You know how high schools do it. Yeah, but they had the Denver Bronco logo, and they was the Mustang. Was it purple?
My high school was the Falcons, and we definitely had the Atlanta Falcons logo on that shit.
Lit. Okay, and then more on football next week, but we covered a lot of ground there. XFL, shout out to the Arlington Renegades for winning the championship.
Oh yeah, they showed.
So they won. So that happened.
They showing up there.
They won the championship. The game was in San Antonio. Who they beat? They won. I remember that much. They won. So shout out to
They showing up.
Shout out to the XFL and here we go. Yeah, the Renegades beat the Defenders 35-26 in the championship game. So shout out to the XFL, the whole XFL. Shout out to Dwayne The Rock Johnson for reviving XFL from 20 years ago. Originally bought it from Vincent K. McMahon, the owner of the WWE, which is what The Rock, how he came about.
I was watching a Rock documentary the other day, man. That shit crazy. You know what I'm saying? He really just never gave up though. You know, and there was certain points where he had to pivot and try something else, and he always just made it work. You know,
he went to Miami.
He thought he was going to be in the NFL. He thought he was going to be in the NFL.
He thought he was going to be in the NFL for sure. Just like
didn't work out.
Just like Roman Reigns.
Yeah, he went to obviously And the funny thing is, when he first came into the WWF, they didn't they almost wrote his character out.
Right. I mean, but his dad, that helps. You know,
that helped him get in.
You know, right.
But I think because he was like fun-loving Rocky. At first.
No, he was Hawaiian.
And then he came back as The Rock. If you smell.
No, then Rocky
Rudy
Maivia
Poo.
with the Nation of Domination.
Yeah.
Those are the days, bro. DX and the Heart. Attitude Era.
D-Generation X.
I can watch the Attitude Era for the rest of my life. I can watch the Attitude Era for the rest of my life.
Bruh, that D-Generation X? What?
The gang, all the gangs and stuff.
The Dudley Boys, Hardy Boys,
especially on Nintendo 64. All the those are classics.
No Mercy.
Yeah, No Mercy. All them WrestleMania, No Mercy. So, whatchamacallit? Yeah, man. So shout out to the XFL once again. Where we at, man?
We are at 110.
110. So we closing out any last. Okay, shout out to the Stars. Okay, other sports. Okay, so basketball, football,
hockey.
So shout out to the Stars. They are in the Western Conference Finals in the NHL. They're going against the Las Vegas Golden Knights. Shout out to the Golden Knights. They won a championship in their expansion year, their first year. To me, that's one of the toughest things in sports. You know. Yeah. They won the championship in their
That's crazy.
That's crazy, right? So shout out to the Golden Knights. So they ain't playing around. I don't. But Dallas Stars, they came. Where did they come from? Someone told. They were an expansion team in the '90s, I believe. So yeah,
they won last night.
So there was Game 4. The Golden Knights was up 3-0. They won last night. So this is last night here in Dallas. Ric Flair was in attendance and Mike Tyson was in attendance.
Woo!
So shout out to the Stars. Stars in 7. Stars in 7. So shout out to the Stars. I have not yet to been to a Stars game, but I know a few people have gone, and they say it's an experience for sure. It's on my bucket list for sure. And it's one of the, as far as all sports, is one of the better experiences. It's like there's like a ranking, like all sports and just overall experience.
Head on down to American Airlines.
Yeah, so shout out to the Dallas Stars. And then on the East, I couldn't tell you it's on the East. I couldn't tell you it's on the East. So we got 4 teams left. Yeah, so the NHL, bonus NHL coverage, ladies and gentlemen.
You have
the
You got Florida and Vegas.
No, Vegas is going against Dallas.
So Florida. I'm tripping.
So Florida and somebody. Carolina Hurricanes versus the Florida Panthers. So shout out to Carolina.
So you got Florida and possibly Vegas or Dallas.
There you go. Okay, so Florida won.
Yes.
Okay, Florida won. So shout out to Florida making it into the NHL final. That trophy is something special.
Yeah, they did.
That trophy is the best.
I was about to say
the best trophy
ever. Best trophy, yeah.
That trophy looks like a spaceship.
Yeah.
Looks like it would fly out of there. I got the gloves. They'd be wiping that down. All right, so shout out to hockey. Anything else? I think we're wrapping up, sir.
Ja Morant,
Oh yeah, John Morant. So John Morant was on live. He posted some cryptic messages, pictures of his parents, his daughter, talking about buying. Wellness check. They checked on him. He said he's going to take a break from social media. That's probably great for everybody. Why not? It's like just sit down somewhere, put the phone down, put the guns down, put the phone down.
Put the phones and the guns.
Put the phones down. So put the phone down, John Morant. Enjoy your family. Enjoy who you are. All these rappers that you rap with, rap their lyrics and all that. All of them would trade places with you in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
All the rappers ever.
And plus, all of the people who are actively shooting guns would probably trade places with you.
Right. So a lot.
Everybody in the penitentiary, they definitely would trade places.
There's 330 million people in the United States. Approximately 8 billion people in the world, and there is approximately 450 players currently in the NBA. I think overall there's only been 4,000 NBA players ever. About that, give or take.
Damn.
Yeah, 4,000. So not a lot. Think about it. 12 to 15 player rosters versus 50.
I gotta look that up.
Yeah. It's not tens of thousands. It's like a few thousand players ever. In its inaugural season of 1948, 52, something like that.
$4,374.
Come on, bro. You like that fun fact? You like that fun fact out of there? Yeah, you like that?
Sheesh.
Yeah, so what I'm trying to say, Mr. John Morant, a lot of people in the world would trade places with you in a heartbeat. Show some gratitude, show some humility. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Pan it down.
Right. And just come on, bro. Don't hurt the team and yourself and your family anymore than what you already have, respectfully, currently.
But that's it.
That's it. So that is that. So once again, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. This is episode 41. 41. This is May 26th, Friday. We may have to change the days. We got a lot of schedule changes in life, namely me. So we may have to change the day. So we'll get back to you on the new schedule time. But Friday's the working day and time of our episodes moving forward. So we're doing shout-outs. We're closing out. So shout out to Lardy Land, all that. That was great success. Great, never satisfied. W. A lot of names came out. Shout out to Riff Raff. I picked up his manager from the airport.
Tiptoeing in my Jordans.
Shout out to Riff Raff. Shout out to Tay Money. Tay Money was there. Shout out to Chromatic. Chromatic, one of my main dogs in all of Dallas. He was performing.
Chromatic, man.
23 Cups.
2-3.
DJ Rip. Johnny Rip, he's always, that's Lardy's DJ. He's the homie. So shout out to everyone at the show. There's a lot of people came out. A lot of fun for sure. So that was that. So shout out to Lardy. Shout out to the studio. Shout out to everybody here at the part of the studio. We just had a never satisfied meeting. That was fun. It was fun. Yeah. State of the Union. How that go. So shout out to the studio, of course. Shout out to everyone part of the studio. Of course, shout out to CEO Double R, making it happen. He made it happen. So shout out to him for everything he does for all of us. Shout out to the clothing line. Got this at the Lardy show, and I was gonna wear it. This is a never satisfied shirt. Hold on, I got the back. Hold on. Hey, look at that logo. Yeah, check it out. Branding, marketing. So shout out to the clothing line, of course. Shout out to the back warehouse. We having a special the next 30 days. If you book a shoot, book anything like that in the back. We got stuff going on. So come work with us in Never Satisfied Studios.
Book a shoot, book a recording session.
Come on, man. Matt, come on. Matt really know more than me. Matt know. So yeah, shout out to everyone's studio. Get a hold of one of us. Anyone at the studio, Needy, of course, in the front office. You know, you got Sensei up here doing his thing all the time. You got Spoon up here doing his thing all the time. You know, Flyboy Quiz pushing out the clothes.
Shout out to Quiz, man.
Shout out to Flyboy Quiz, man. Shout out to the whole gang, man. Shout out to the whole studio. Shout out to the podcast room. Shout out to Shit IDK. Shout out to Double J. She just made an appearance. She put her on the pic. Got to put her on the feature. Yeah. Put her on the pic. Hey, you know, shout out to JJ. Shout out to Lance. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the crew. You know, I tell them, you know, they were big inspiration to me doing this because they started it first. They started the podcast officially. You know, it started with Lance. So shout out to Lance forever. You know, he is the homie. He's been one of the most solid and consistent past a little bit now. So shout out to Lance. Shout out to the restaurant Bistro 808. Events coming soon. And shout out to Everything Is Both, the movie. I need a couple minutes for this. Coming soon. It's going to release June 2nd. We're having in Dallas tickets available in Endeavor Films. That's who made it. Shout out to Jaquavius Coleman and them. Made the movie happen. I'm in the movie. It's been 2 years in the making. It is going to be a great day. So I got a bunch of tickets. You're on the manifest. We're going to be there as June 2nd, and it's going to be available Apple TV, Amazon TV, and Redbox. So tune in. Everything Is Both. And if you're trying to come to the premiere, hit me up. I'm going to reach out to you. Tickets is $30 though, so I can't just give out tickets like that. But if you are interested in the project, come on up, pull up, or watch it at home. It's all good. Support, please. Appreciate that. So Everything Is Both. Shout out to Jason Mitchell, Barton Fitzpatrick, and Stakaya Washington. The coolest people we ever meet, the stars of the movie, of course. Can't wait. And the next day is going to be in Oklahoma City, the premiere, and I plan on going to that as well. So June 2nd and June 3rd, ladies and gentlemen. So shout out to Everything Is Both, the movie.
That's about it.
That's about it. So, and again, thank you for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. I promise to promote this a little bit more. Episode 41, Normal Guys Talk Sports. This is May 20. What did I say? May 26th, right? May 26th. This is Matt Got Cameras. He's got the graphic somewhere. I'm King Edward III. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you guys. This is appreciate doing this for sure. Appreciate everyone tuning in.
Have a good week, everybody, and let's get ready for sports to like swing back around.
No doubt, no doubt.
Shout out to MLB too, the show.
So, all right, everybody.
We out.
See y'all next time.